we are all introducing ourselves. Right. So I'll just go ahead. Thank you for switching on your camera. And guys, onwards to our session. We finished catching up with each other, knowing who has been doing what, and getting motivated by the progress and the thought process of others. The coach circle. It's Wednesday again. It's 6:30, just beyond 6:30 now. The coach circle, and that is our website, www.thecoachcircle.com. Divya Gulani, I would urge you to have a look at our website. And that's our logo showing all of us together. Let's come to first impression. What does this picture teach you for your business? Let me go to Jacinto.
Hi, good morning. Sorry, good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
This picture is about ballerina, and a lot of them are there. So something looks like balance along with teamwork, something like that. It looks to me, balance
Great.
and teamwork.
Balance and teamwork is what you see in this picture for your business. Wonderful. Vibhakarji?
What I feel is life and business are dramas. In business also, every employee has to perform his part well. And if he does that, the outcome is good, like this ballet.
Nice. See, it's going to be interesting listening to all of you. Raghavendra, can you participate? Well, if you can, just give me a message somehow and I will come to you if you are available. Prabhas?
For me, what I could relate in this way, like there are two different groups. I mean, in terms of costumes or the colors, if you look at, and the front runners or the showstoppers, you could say the white one, adding more flavor to the entire group. Of course, so all would be in the blue color, then definitely we cannot focus. But yes, something to make something different. So always you need to have a blend, a mixture of all the courses. So this is how I resonate.
Mixture of all the courses. Wow. I thought that was lighting, but that's a good way to see and interpret, Prabhas. I wouldn't have never thought of seeing it that way. Lovely.
Thank you.
Chaitanya?
Okay, so this reminds me of a quote from my French teacher when I was learning French. He used to tell me that whenever you say something or whenever you present something, maybe your company, keep the subject short enough to evoke interest and long enough to cover the substance. So that is what is my first reaction.
Yes, so he's actually talking about the skirt, the length of the skirt.
Yeah.
Keep it short enough to have the mystery. And what was that?
Long enough to cover the substance.
Yes, long enough to cover the subject and short enough to get the interest going. So we have to do that in our business as well. Great. Samarpit.
To me, it just signifies teamwork, how all of the team members should work in synchronization to reap good results, a good dance.
Nice. Thank you, Samarpit. Meghna? Meghna.
Oh, yeah. So what I could see was coordination and presentation. The way the grace and presentation comes out. That's how our business should also.
Presentation. Yes. Coordination and presentation. Nice. Prashant?
For me, the business is all about coordination, teamwork, collaboration, support each other.
Great. Sangeeta, what do you see here?
So for me, whenever I think of ballerina, it's always about grace and alignment. So my work, at the heart of my work, is all about grace and alignment to help individuals come out through their purpose, their complexities, and their passions. So and connect with their inner truth. So I think that's what I see from this.
Beautiful, beautiful. Each one has come up with something else, something different. Mukundan, just in time.
Yeah, good evening. Actually, this kind of performance, you need successful in the front of audience or entrepreneurs. Need the practice and other dedicated things to do behind the scenes. So here they are performing well, ballet dance. So we need behind the scenes lot of efforts. Then we are show our success in front of audience. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Raghavendra has actually written his perception in the chat box. That's nice. Thank you, Raghavendra. He says to complete anything or present anything, the entire team does not require that all have been visible, but their presence makes good appeal for the entire, and of course, few have to be highlighted as well. Great. So he says not everybody needs to be visible. There are a lot of people who are behind the screen. Great, great angle. I'm always amazed with the kind of angles one little picture can bring about in all of us. Wonderful. Pramodji, if you would want to share, Divya Gulani, if you would want to share.
It's almost the same like what most of the people have shared. It's
Right.
all about coordination, balancing, teamwork. Yeah.
Great. Divya Gulani, would you want to share your first impression about this picture?
It's a group, like a combined effort, what they do, like, on stage. What matters is not individual performance, but a group, like the entire team performing together.
Yes, a group as a team.
Yes, as a team, you have to perform together. It's not based on individual performance.
Correct. Absolutely right. Thank you so much. Each one, please give a pat on your back. Wonderful views, ideas, and great participation. So let's come to the next part of it. Let me explain what TCC is about. TCC, the Coach Circle, is an online empowering hub for coaches, trainers, educators, career counselors, mental health professionals. What we do here is the Coach Circle actually helps to accelerate and advance your career, develop clarity and communication skills, develop business skills and mindset, and building an online brand. It also helps to learn social media marketing, key marketing and copywriting frameworks, and solve problems instantly here. That is a section called Limelight. The Coach Circle was started in November 2022. Pramod Kulkarni, digital automation coach, and author Sapna Narayan, professional communication coach, got together on a mission to create a globally connected hub to empower growth-driven individuals, which some of you are, and aspiring coaches, which some of you are, with skills to monetize their expertise. What is the culture we are building? To attend every meeting, keep videos on, be punctual for maximum benefit, and support each other on social media. Disclaimer, TCC, the Coach Circle, focuses on empowering coaches for global growth and development. That said, we are not liable for any activities, disputes, or financial transactions between the members. We are welcoming our new member, Prashant Prem. He's not there in the meeting today. To our community, we hope that he would be here with us in the following weeks. Let's introduce ourselves. Please take 30 seconds to introduce yourself. I'm going to call out your name. and you will introduce yourself by giving your name and country, city, your name and coaching title, city and country, services you offer, and the target audience that you cater to. Let me start with Divya Golani. Let her introduce herself first. For a change, we have the guest introducing. Divya, would you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi. Am I visible and audible?
You are audible and visible both.
Okay. Hi, I'm Divya Gulani. I am from Mumbai, Maharashtra, India, and I'm a career counselor. And my target audience would be students, corporate people who need career guidance and counseling.
Nice. Very nice. Great to know you, Divya. Thank you for your introduction.
Thank you, Sapna, so much.
Let's come to our premium members. Prabhas, go ahead, introduce yourself.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. This is Prabhas Panda. I'm a Microsoft Office consultant, and I own a small organization called Excel for All. I'm based out of Pune, Maharashtra, and the services what I offer is complete Microsoft Office application training along with the ETL tools like Power BI, Tableau, and along with that, finance modeling with Excel and finance for non-finance. This is the core expertise I have. And the target audience, of course, the corporate professionals or the corporate giants, you say, and the B school students. Thank you.
Thank you. Mukundan?
Good evening once again, all of you. I am Mukundan, student employable coach from Trichy, India. We are providing triangular model training for students, employees, and entrepreneurs. Make them as a sustainable and successful persons. And target audience are 18 to 27 age students. Thank you.
Thank you, Mukundan. Meghna?
Hi, everybody. I'm Meghna. I am a corporate trainer. I am based out of Delhi, India. And I provide corporate trainings in POSH, POXO, emotional intelligence. And my target audience will be all corporates.
Thank you. Sangeeta?
Hi everyone, this is Sangeeta Manglani. I'm a relationship coach and a spiritual psychologist. I live in Dubai, and the services I offer is couples, parent-child relationship, relationship with self, and I also work with corporates for teams. Thank you.
Thank you. Prashant?
Hi, I'm Prashant. I am from Baroda, executive coach. My services are coaching, executive coaching, and HR consulting. Target audience is professionals. Thank you.
Thank you. Samarpit?
I am kind of going through a cocoon phase, transformation phase. I have changed my identity multiple times, and this time I am going within to find out something that really resonates with me. So I don't have to share anything.
All the best. Vibhakarji?
You called me?
Yes, I called you.
Sorry.
Prabhas and Vibhakar is Prabhakar. Okay,
I'm Vibhakar
Vibhakar.
Ramtirthakar, HR consultant, personality analyzer, and POSH Act advisor. I operate from Pune, Maharashtra, India. And my target audience is MSMEs, that is micro, medium, and small enterprises. Any individual between 15 and 65 years of age, and all places where women work. Thank you.
Thank you. Chaitanya?
Hello everyone, my name is Chaitanya. I'm a business coach. I specialize in helping you create your own niches and categories that you can dominate. I work out of Bangalore, India, and target audience are companies with a revenue range of 50 crores and 250 crores. Thank you.
Thank you, Chaitanya. Jacinto?
Hello everyone, I am Jacinto Fernandez and I am based in Mumbai, Maharashtra. I am basically into career counseling soft skill training. It is also POSH and POXO awareness training. My target audiences are students and corporates. Thank you.
Thank you. Pramod ji.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Pramod. I am a digital automation coach and consultant with 20 plus years of experience in the business of training. So I train people on social media marketing, email automation, Canva, and WhatsApp automation. My target audience are people who are into teaching, training, and coaching, and college students right from PU to PG. And I'm from Bangalore. Thank you.
Thank you. Since Raghavendra can't speak, he has put it in the chat. Very good, Raghavendra. So that is Raghavendra P. He says, I'm a web developer and WordPress trainer too. I live in Ballari, Karnataka. Services, creating websites and landing pages. Target audience, solo entrepreneur or any individual who wants to learn how to build websites for themselves or for their clients. Thank you. Okay, Divya has also written something. It's so amazing to meet people from different backgrounds coming under one roof. Thanks, Coach Circle. Oh, that's what Coach Circle is all about, Divya. I think everybody's got a chance to introduce themselves, and it's my turn. So this is author and coach Sapna Narayan. And I'm a professional communication coach, English fluency expert, interview strategist, and also an authoring coach. I come from Karnataka, but I work virtually most of the time. The services which I offer are there in my coaching title. And my target audience are students who are stepping into the working world and people who are struggling to grow in their workspace because of their communication. Polishing their communication in terms of fluency or in articulation is what I help them do. Thank you so much. Going further, does anyone want to share an achievement? You don't have to answer all the questions. You can answer one or all or none. Can you just raise your hand? I can see everyone. None? Okay, so I'll raise my hand. So you all know I'm on the Wipro project, and it's interesting that, okay, I've not started training, but we are on content development for 1.5 lakh of their employees. It would be pre-recorded, and it is so wonderful to be working with 2 other senior trainers. And when you're doing something together, you learn so much from them. I don't know how much they learn from me, but they definitely do. And in working in synergy is something which is new for me, and these new ideas which I've learned, new angle to doing things, interesting, very interesting. And the second achievement which I have is, you all know about the US client who I was teaching, who I was guiding for interviews. He has referred my name to one of his friends, again in US. And we have not signed yet, but it's all decided. Of course, we know there's always a slip between the cup and the lip. So that is almost a seal deal, which is a good one. So I'm very happy that this is a client who comes back, or this has come through reference. So that, I believe, is an achievement. Chaitanya, you wanted to share something?
Yes, sure. So I completed my 3rd cohort of LinkedIn. Thanks to Prabhas, he's been a participant in the cohort. And achievement, 2 of my students have brought me 2 assignments that they want me to work with. So that's a great achievement. So not only are they believing in the coaching, but they are also bringing clients that they want to partner with me and start delivering. They have not been able to open big ticket items, and these are 2 real estate people, big ones, that they want to partner and deliver work. That's about it.
So good, so good, so good. Thank you, Prabhas, for the congratulations. Yeah, I'm happy. I couldn't contain sharing it with you all. But I hope it gets through completely.
So Prabhas is never short of sending his appreciation and wishes to all of us.
So I believe communication is so important. When you communicate well, you build great relationships. And when you build great relationships, you find more success. And when you find more success, there is only an open world and only growth to be seen. So that is what Prabhas looks into. Great communication. And
I'm
all
going to
of us also do that with each other. So we have Prabhu Bakarji wishing Sangeeta, calling her over, helping me. So all of us have done our bit. And that is how we are all going to grow. So actually great people. Sangeeta, you were saying something.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm going to share one. I don't know if it's an achievement or an acknowledgement. So, yesterday, my daughter wrote something for me, and I'm just going to read it out to you because it made me feel very nice. So, she wrote out to me yesterday, to the woman who raised me with love, sarcasm, and style. She's 90% sweetness and 10% room saaf kar lo abhi. My biggest blessing and the reason I know how to laugh through it all. Love you more than you love watering your plants. Happy birthday, mom. So I thought it was a very it was like an audit that she did for my parenting.
An audit. Well put.
Sangeeta ji, you should have brought your daughter here in the meeting.
She won't come. She doesn't like to she's total opposite of me. She doesn't like to show her face in a lot of people and she'll be out and about of that. She'll feel very embarrassed for all of these things.
Anyone else? Should I move forward? Okay. This is an optional page. All right. So our meeting pattern is such. We have a structured meeting, as we all know, but there's something which changes in the meeting every week. So you might have a coach talk or a skill up session one week, or you may have open discussion, or you may have guest talk or speed networking, or just limelight. You will have to guess what we are doing today. Today is coach talk. And who do we have? We have Chaitanya Bailey and LinkedIn expert and lot more actually. Creating world-class instructional material. Why do coaches need them? So we will get to know why do coaches need them and what exactly these world-class instructional material is all about. Over to you, Chaitanya.
Will you allow me to share the screen?
Yes, I'm going to stop sharing first. Go ahead.
Okay.
I think you can share.
Sure. Okay, my name is Chaitanya. I'm a business coach. So thanks to some of my friends, thanks to Deloitte, I've been a part of some really big coaches. I've learned a lot from big coaches. The first one that made an impact was Tony Robbins. I paid a good $40,000 to go attend his sessions of it. Then Deloitte chose me to be one of their future leaders, so they put me to Steve Hackney. And thanks to both of them, a lot of my ways to think changed. Probably they have been the seed to me choosing business as an option. Coming from a family of scientists, I'm the black sheep out in the family. Now, when you attend these workshops, you see that they are completely prepared. Okay. So the moment you sign up for the program, you get a pre-assessment. You will start seeing that professionalism from right the first time you get to interact with them. And the pre-assessment will be looking at what you know, how much you know, and setting you as your baseline to take their class. So I'll show you what they have. I'll speak about what you get as coaching material. And When I started doing this, I realized that the way I built my change management material changed completely. So as a Deloitte consultant, one of the jobs I used to do was change management. Right after these huge implementations, we had to get people accustomed to the new ways of working. And then as and when I started creating this material, the impact was very, very high. Okay. So that's given the background. Let me share my screen. So why create instructional material? Fundamentally, it is your guideline to take care of how your class progresses. In most of these sessions, you will have people who have their own agendas, who have their own ways of asking questions, and the whole session may get hijacked until and unless you choose to make it interactive. When you have these instructional materials, you will realize that you have a structured way, you know how much more to cover, and then you will not close the session without giving them all the material. Second, when you come without any material, like Sapna always told me, though I knew it, but I never followed it much until now. You will not be seen as a serious party for your training material. You might have your subject, you might know everything, but until people see something in hand, your branding is not happening. And what is a brand? Brand is that language that people speak when you are not there in the room. It is your instructional material that speaks. And let's say after your training, you give them a beautifully designed 40-page booklet with your name, your brand, your contact details. This is some material that people cannot throw away. They will keep it. And when they keep it somewhere, your name and your material get visibility. People see it, they ask you, there'll be some natural conversations that will get you the branding that you need. So that is why you will need some instructional materials. Now, what are these instructional materials? Why do you create them? How many of you know this thing, Bloom's taxonomy? Heard of it? Okay, great. So for those who have not heard, this is one of the mechanisms by which you create your instructional material. Now, before you start, like I said, any coach will send you a pre-assessment. Pre-assessment is to assess to what level you have some knowledge about. So they will look at questions that will make you recall some information. So if you know, do you know a plus b whole square or stuff like that. Then the second one is understanding. This is what happens in the classroom. They'll teach you something, they'll explain something, they'll paraphrase something, they'll change your perspective. So that is what we do as coaches, right? So when Sangeeta goes and teaches how to be happy or how to be mindful, it is not that we do not know, but the dimension of what we know changes. Every day when we have our food, we are eating, we know that there is a taste to it. But how many of us are actually present there without thinking of the past and the future and praying for the food that has been placed on our plate and be thankful and with gratitude eat the food? So make food your medicine and you don't have to take medicines at all. Or don't respect food and medicines become your food. So simple law, very true for life, but how many of us eat with that mindfulness? Now, when you learn something, what happens in our coaching also is that we give them some homework, right? So we make them apply things, we make them do a few things in the class and then say, please use these to learn a little more. Now, how many of us have those practical sessions when we do our coaching? How many of us have designed those instructional material or activities that will take you to a conclusion? Just because there is an activity, a lot of coaches I see they put in something, but does it add to a certain objective? That is what lacks in most instructional material. Then analyze. All right, so we knew something. A coach came in, they gave us some information, they made us do something, And they said because of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have reached a certain conclusion. Now, what is it that we have learned new? What is it that we lacked? What is it that was added to our knowledge base? And what is that change that I can expect out of what I have learned today? Then evaluate. So, what is evaluation? Evaluation is more about the synthesis of what has existed and what has learned, what has been learned. Say, for instance, Prabhas comes and teaches us how to make those crazy PowerPoints, beautiful looking PowerPoints. It is not that we did not know, we knew it. So wherever we had 5 points to share, we previously probably were putting them as bullet points, but Prabhas will come and say, no, there are these beautiful infographics that are available in PowerPoint. Bring them there and put 1 point on each. Now, what are we doing now? The content is the same. The delivery mechanism may not have changed too much, but what you are doing is you are giving in a sensory perception. What was text? There are different types of learners. Somebody who learns by reading text, somebody who sees images, graphical learner. So you are giving them both. Now to that you are adding your voice, and there are people who listen to things and learn. Now when all these three senses are brought into the learning material, the impact is next level. So that's an example. So based on what you know and what you have learned, the knowledge base in your mind gets updated. Now create. Now this is the highest form of learning. Some amount of analyzing happens in our regular materials. Evaluation very rarely, unless they are seriously applicable students of application. Create hardly anybody. Now what is create? Creating is the most difficult part of any coaching program. Now, given a certain condition, how do you arrive at the solution in the shortest and the most efficient form? That is creation. Now, people who win and people who lose, the difference lies here. So I will show you an example in the next slide. But are we creating materials that will make students create something out of our coaching? The more and more students come to the coaching material, the create material, they will speak very highly of you in the market. And when they speak highly of you in the market, the word of mouth marketing gets you that reputation. So designing these materials have to be in sync with what you want to achieve. Now, when you use materials, now why is Bloom taxonomy so important? It is this taxonomy which will define or help you define how your coaching material works. By the end of this program, my students will be able to paraphrase what I teach. Whatever you have taught, they will be able to repeat it, parrot it, which means you are only creating an understanding level program. Now, if you say by the end of this program, my students will be able to compare and contrast the GST laws, the VAT laws, and the GST laws, you will say you are creating an analysis level program where you will look at students who compare the VAT program, the octroi program versus the GST, unified tax systems across India. They will only do the analysis bit. But by the end of this training, my students will generate an operating model that will solve website issues. Now you are creating a program where the student becomes creators. After this program, they are no more experimenting, they are creating stuff. Now, based on these, you will have to create your objectives. And once the objectives are done, your course material starts. Now, what are those materials? One, as I said, was pre-assessment. Okay, I'll come to this. I think I have a slide to this. Now, let me give you an example. So there is no way I can teach equations, but I'll tell you one of this small problem helped me get a PhD student's a seat in Stuttgart University for one problem. So A into A is A square. probably in our fifth class mathematics, we'll learn this. In the sixth class, it goes A gets replaced by A plus B. A plus B into A plus B is A plus B whole square. As soon as you learn this, the exercise says, can you calculate 104 whole square? 100 plus 4 whole square, which will tell you 10406. 10416 is the square of 104 whole square, because the formula is easy. But our textbooks never teach us what was the difference. What A plus B, while the answer is the same, how is the mind deviating? How is the mind branching to do this calculation? How many of you think A plus B whole square is a algebraic formula, and how many of you think it is a geometric formula? Please speak up.
It's algebra.
Algebra. How many of you concur with Sapna?
I don't know. I also think it's algebraic formula. Or maybe that's what we are taught. So
Okay.
Geometry.
Geometry. Okay. So why do you think it is geometry problem, Jacinta?
It looks like a Pythagoras theorem, so very close.
It's not Pythagoras. Pythagoras
Not
is
Pythagoras theorem,
at all is far away.
but the application has been the same. Now,
Yeah.
how was the area of a pyramid calculated? Was based on A plus B whole square. So A plus B whole square as a formula was in algebra was brought in by Newton in the 16th century. Whereas in 3 BC, Egyptians were using this formula to calculate the base of the pyramid. So I can't show it to you right now, but that's how it is. Now then there was one problem when I appeared for my PhD in mathematics one exam. So the qualifying marks for Stuttgart University was 18. How many? 18 on 100. And they gave one problem which had four brackets and then one inequation. From A plus B whole square, when I did this, a sixth class boy could solve the problem in 2 minutes if he knew how to use A plus B whole square. The other way was to use a huge Chebyshev equation and fill 3 pages to solve the problem. And if you were the evaluator, would you like a solution that will be 3 steps long, or would you like a solution that is 4 pages long? Right? So that is what happens when you structure your application level courses. So these are the most important things that you will have to do. As the common language is, if you know your why, what and how happen easily. So why are you creating your course? At what level should people apply? Is what is defined by Bloom's taxonomy. So it may sound a little abstract right now, but when we do that 5 sessions that I have promised, I will go down, break it down into smaller pieces to tell you why your objective should be written in a certain format. Okay, finally, I'm coming to the subject here. So what do these instructional materials mean? Pre-assessment. Let's say somebody has signed up your course. So the first interaction they should have with you is some kind of assessment you send. Say when Sangeeta signs up, Sangeeta, you can send a questionnaire probably in a Google form. Ask them questions on 4 or 5 things. How does your family life look like? 5 questions. How does your personal equation? What do you talk to about yourself? When you're alone, what do you tell yourself? Or when you are in an auto, what kind of thoughts do you have? So get them to think. So that's the pre-assessment to tell you what you are teaching. Now the instructor manuals. Now what is an instructor manual? Let's say Sapna wants to teach English. Okay, she is an authority. Or she wants to teach how to create books. She has published 3 books. Now she has 2 big assignments. One probably in Hyderabad, second is in Mumbai. Okay, so because she is closer to Hyderabad, she chooses to go to Hyderabad, and immediately after she accepts and lands in Hyderabad, somebody from Bombay calls her and says, at the same time, I want another session on book writing. Now, ideally, what will happen, Sapna, if you have 2 parallel assignments? Sapna, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
So what happens when you have 2 sessions at the same time?
I will have to make a choice.
Exactly, right?
Which one I have to do?
Exactly. Now, can you have Jacinto, are you in a position to say, Jacinto is also a coach, he knows how to deliver programs. If I give my instructor manual, Jacinto should be able to deliver the program.
Yeah.
Right?
Just like, yeah, the financial ones do this, no? They give
Yeah, exactly. So this is where your instructor manuals come in picture. So your presentation slides are there. People see the same slides, but what you deliver as verbatim or language is the one that is not there. So what can you do? You can bring in Jacinto for a 2 day session on Zoom, explain each slide and tell him the talking points on each slide. Now, to the client, you would say that I am not available at the same moment. I will have one of my assistants or my partner come over and deliver the program, but I will do a summary of the program in the last 2 hours. Does it make sense? It makes amazing sense. So as long as you are not ready with your instructor manuals, you probably are not completely aware of your own training completely. You have not mastered your subjects. What is the first signature of mastering your subject? The program should run even when you are not there. That is how people like Tony Robbins or Zig Ziglar built a $1 billion empire on training. Otherwise, can you think a number followed by 9 zeros in dollars? How is that happening in training and coaching? Because they take themselves out of the equation, they will have people who propagate their training. The second part, agreed, you have taught Jacinto that, please, Jacinto, please speak about all this. Jacinto will say, Madam, मैं तो बात कर लूंगा, अभी बच्चा क्या करेगा आने वाला? What are the users going to do? So that is when you have your instructor student manuals. So this is my presentation. Slide number 3, Jacinto, you will speak this. And after this, you will ask students to complete this activity. They will open their student manual. The instructions for a certain activity are given. Jacinto will clarify what needs to be done, and you will use these manuals to make them do this activity. That is what a student manual is. Everybody with me? Any questions until now? Okay, Jacinto, go ahead. You will have to unmute.
You said about the instructor manual. I'm sure if we get parallel assignments, I don't want to let it go, and I will give someone, of course, someone who I trust. But the instructor manuals or whatever is there in that presentations and all that. See, I've been working on my presentations with a lot of hard work, the material I've created. Now there is so much which is very personal in that. My just question is, wouldn't that be giving it to someone? Possibly it might get hijacked or no. So how do I know that the person I'm giving is trustworthy, or he will keep uh, the whatever presentations or whatever material I'm sending out, and it will not go viral or something like that? That is my
Sure.
question.
So, Jacinto, these are questions that come from some kind of insecurity. Please understand this. Knowledge is dime a dozen. Okay. So that is why if Zig Ziglar can give away all his materials to people to train, who are we? Right? Have we created work that is better than Tony Robbins or Zig Ziglar? Not really. If everybody were to use your program, everybody would have been a rocket scientist, because all those mathematical models are available for free on YouTube. But how many of us have applied to learn, right? So don't worry about who's going to steal and who's going to use, but give it free. And then people will start appreciating your knowledge. The second thing, why are these very important? Let's say you get a retainer assignment in a bigger company. Okay, the retainer is about $200 an hour. Do you think they will bring Jacinto every day to train people? No. They will create these train the trainer programs, And then those trainers will propagate your training, whereas you will only spend 1 hour of the 8 hours in the organization to deliver this program. They will do all the good to know information, but the most critical insights that your training brings will be done by the actual trainer in the last 2 hours. Now, if you need to build a system as a coach, all of these have to be there. Only then you will be able to create a replicated model. You will be able to create those franchises for that will do business for you. And minus these, trust me, if you don't have these flashy looking instructor manuals, student manuals, your price will not go beyond a certain point. That is why today a lot of trainers struggle with 6,000 to 8,000 rupees, whereas the ones who are actually having all this are charging 2 to 3 lakhs per day. Next, flashcards. Now, what are these flashcards? As the name says, I don't know if you have had kids or as students, you have applied for GRE, GMAT. If you have tried that, they would send you those materials which look like small cards, but with so much material packed into it. So the moment you see it, you will get a complete picture of what you are studying per chapter. It is like more or less like a mental map. So how do you create these flashcards? And when you, in your student class, when you are doing this session, give them a flashcard at the end of one activity, and that becomes your branding. They will keep some of these things, and then they will remember what you have taught. One, creating those most important flashcards or posters that they can use in their work on their work desk takes the training output to a completely different level. Prashantji, please.
Yeah, so Chaitanya, my question is, when you are developing the instructor manual, it is for the trainer, right?
Correct.
So complete map of the training, what program will be, how it will be flow, everything is there in that.
Exactly.
And that is for all the training programs, or it is one for this thing and that will be copied for everything.
So if the training changes, then the material, the instructor manual changes.
Yeah, that is good. Thank you.
Now, formative assessments. Anybody who knows what formative assessments are?
Pre-assessment.
No. Pre-assessment is the one that starts before the training.
Formative assessments are assessments which are done as we are learning, and summative assessment comes right at the end.
Right. So formative assessments are those questions or activities or assessment questions that come between chapters. At important milestone, the trainer stops training and checks learning. Why? While we all understand certain subjects, the dimension or the direction in which we understand is a little different. Now, if I ask a 6th class student or an 8th class student, what is friction? They will say friction is a force that opposes motion. Correct? All of you would say that. Because of friction, motion is, there's some motion does not happen. But if the same guy comes to mechanical engineering or 12th class, he says friction is a force that aids motion. Without friction, the car will not move forward because the tire is always slipping. It will not grip the material surface. It is always slipping. It will not move forward. So the way you understand a subject changes, right? So it is these assessments that will tell the coach if the student is in the right track or if there is a deviation in the direction that you are expecting to take them and the direction they are taking. That is why, because these directions are not established properly in coaching programs, the outcome may not necessarily be the way that you expect them to do. And most of the time, most of this coaching is done without an objective. They'll just ask you, can you do this? And then you go deliver, and who has done what, nobody knows. Now, the difference is very obvious. Now, when you look at a company like SAP, they say, take my certification program. And what is the cost of that certification program? 4 lakhs. Why? They take it very seriously. And after you take the certification exam, what happens to your job? Your job pay takes a jump. Why? Because you have applied yourself You have learned it, and then you have taken a formal test, and then you are certified to do SAP. That certification or the final test is called a summative assessment. Finally, how much? Okay. How is the summative assessment done? Now, if your program objective says by the end of this program, my audience will be able to define summative assessments. My audience should be able to define summative assessment. If at the end of my session, my audience will be able to create multiple choice questions as summative assessments. If my students cannot create those multiple choice questions from the subject I give, my program has failed. Right? The assessment should be in line with the objectives that you set. Looks very easy, but look at any training material created by people, there will be huge gaps. So that is why they bring in professional instructional designers to evaluate, validate what has been created as training material. Right? So these are the small elements that we need to include in our coaching material. Create these materials, make these materials accessible to people so you don't keep searching for them. As serious coaches, we should be able to put them. One of the most structured people I have seen in TCC is Pramod. So he knows where his materials are. You ask him something, he'll just send you a link. So he's prepared. That is why I keep telling Pramod is one step away from being $1 million coach. So when the tipping point arrives, he has the material that he needs to kind of deliver. Now, when you make these things and once you start doing this, you will realize that you will create a huge distribution channel for one of your programs. Like Sapna can create a huge program, so distribution network for how to write books or how do you establish your authority with book writing. Now, one such channel establishes, you just have to replicate the channel with the second program. How do you communicate? What is cross-cultural communication? So read the book, come to my cross-cultural program. So when the distribution network here is strong, the same distribution network becomes your fans. So these fans come and replicate themselves. So what are you doing? You are creating your second channel of income. When two channels are working at optimum and when your presence is not required, you can create your third program. You see what I'm saying, right? One program successfully done can create multiple channels because the distribution becomes easy. Now, if you don't build a strong distribution network in one channel or one coaching, you will not likely succeed in the second and third. Only until and unless there is a huge internal transformation and you realize that I am born for something and you create something perfectly again, that $1 million coaching does not happen. So this is what world-class training materials mean. And I'm planning, or I have already submitted my 5-week program. So on 5 Sundays, we'll meet for 2 hours each, and we will learn how to create these materials. At the end of these 10 hours, I hope that all of us will have training materials which we can start distributing day in and day out. Right? So why are we not able to use any social media? I keep saying LinkedIn because LinkedIn gives you high ticket items. Why are we not able to write regularly on LinkedIn? Because we are spraying content and praying that people will come. When you have training materials, right? Say, let's say you have 5 training materials. So there's a leadership coach here. And then the leadership coach says, on one day, I will teach succession planning. Second day, I will teach you role design. Third day, I will teach you maybe what is competency mapping. Fourth day, I will teach you how to be a leader. Fifth day, I will teach you how to be a mentor. Sixth day, I will teach you how to hold teams together. So you have 6 programs, and every day you write something. Across the world, there are hundreds of examples. You might say Trump is a jackass. He's playing with world economy, but what leadership is he playing in a debt-ridden American economy? Write the post, and then if you need to understand more, come and see my training program. So every day in a week, you are canvassing for one program that is rock solid. And then It is from this people come and subscribe to your training. Right? So this distribution channel strength comes from a solid creation base for coaches. That is why I said I volunteered to help you do this. And as change management being one of my competencies, I have created, I think, 2,700 hours plus of coaching for SAP Oracle kind of change management activities. I have trained boot camps, week-long boot camps. I have trained for people across the world. So for Japan, Southeast Asia, Middle East, Europe, and Americas. So the cultural nuances also matter. So there are some big mistakes that we make, which are not accepted by international society. And once we start focusing on these materials, you will also understand the cultural nuances that you can say, you can think of, and then you are ready for world-class training. So this is all I have for present for now. The next time we meet on a Saturday, I will go by each one of these materials. So what will you need? You will need one PowerPoint. You will need a laptop. You will need PowerPoints. If you have access to Canva, great. I think that is about it. And then we can start creating our materials. That's about it. Any questions?
Very quickly, we'll be short of time. What are flashcards and everything you're going to? Can you just tell me how to have digital flashcard?
Simple. It looks like a poster or an infographic that will summarize your entire program, summary of one chapter into one small image infographic. So once you see it, people will be able to understand what that chapter is about.
So the infographic is a flashcard. I thought flashcard was like this types.
No. Flashcard is that. So it is like one very detailed infographic that will speak about the summary of the chapter. And once you see it, it should be like a memory map. You should be able to recall everything that comes into it.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Chaitanya. Anyone has any question, please put it in the chat box. We do not have time for that. So thank you, Chaitanya. This was wonderful. We are in to learn a lot more. We finished this part. The premium feature that we have here in TCC is an opportunity to conduct paid workshop on behalf of TCC. This is on the last Saturday of every month from 11 to 12:30 IST, 90 minutes. Benefits: you improve your presentation skill, collect testimonials, build your credibility and brand, and groom yourself for bigger events. TCC will promote the event for you, will provide marketing material, will provide platform, will provide recordings and photos also. And when revenue sharing comes into play, you keep 100% from the participants you get who are non-TCC members, and TCC keeps the rest of the revenue. Coming Saturday, I hope it is coming Saturday, on 26th, I'll just be safe and say 26th July, 11 a.m. to 12:30 IST, Vibhakar Ram Tirthakar Ji, he's an HR consultant and Posh Act advisor. He's going to talk about case law and new code provisions on labor. Looking forward, let people know that this session is coming up. Upcoming events by Prabhas Panda are Advanced Excel Training, live online, Microsoft Professional PowerPoint, Microsoft Power BI Masterclass, and Excel BBA and macro training. These are all valid till July. It's still happening in July, end of July. Thank you, Prabhas, for sharing these. The benefit which you get as a premium member, all of us are premium members here, except Divya. Divya, this is for you. You get visibility on YouTube Live. This meeting has gone live on YouTube. So imagine the number of people who see you and hear you. You can engage with coaches on social media. All of us are on social media. You can engage with us and others also on social media. You can refine your coaching presentations as Chaitanya was doing in today's session. Mentorship from expert coaches. We have testimonial from Samarpit. He's a young boy, upcoming coach, trainer, and we all have seen how he has grown, and we have all given him a feedback every time he's presented something. Network with coaches on WhatsApp. So you get an option to network with all of us on WhatsApp whenever you want, 24/7. What happens as a premium member, what benefits you get is we boost your profile with paid ads on Instagram. You get to witness empowering expert talks, skill training and coach support, monetizing skill with paid workshops, and receive invitation to coaching summits. The value that you get annually is INR 1,10,000, but we have 3 membership plans. You may choose to opt for any of them. The monthly membership plan is INR 700, quarterly is INR 1,800, and annually it is INR 6,000. And Divya, this information is just for you here in this group. Within 24 hours, if you are picking up the annual membership plan, you get a discount of 1,000. Thereby, your annual membership becomes 5,000. So this would be a good opportunity for you to pick it up. How to join? You get a complimentary meeting to get the feel of it, which you got today. I'm talking to Divya actually because she's the only guest with us today. And you ask for the joining link. For further queries, you may connect with me, Sapna Narayan. My number is there, or Pramod K. His number is also there. We as co-founders would be in a position to answer all your questions. If you find value in our togetherness, let's up our energy. Thank you, everyone, for being in the meeting, contributing in your own way. We officially end the meeting now. I would like to ask Divya.
I would like to make an appeal to all the members.
Yes,
My
go.
program on 26th of this month. It will be very useful, I guarantee you, for the MSMEs, small employers. If you have any one employee or if your known persons have got employees, please request them to join. I guarantee you full and more value of your money and participation. Thank you.
We should learn marketing from the Bakarji. Look at that. Wonderful. There's so much to learn from you, Bakarji. I would like to now go to Divya Kulani. Divya, if you could unmute yourself and maybe switch on your camera as well. Hi. So you had joined with us right in the beginning. How was your experience with us, Divya?
Yeah, it was very nice.
You enjoyed? Did you find value?
Yes.
That's great. Do you see yourself being a part of this community anytime?
Yes.
soon? You do?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the best part you liked?
The instruction manual. I was not aware of it. And that thing, that pre-assessment and all the different types of assessment.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So, yeah, I think that is Chaitanya's expertise. And there are some of us here who do not know about it, and there are some of us here who know but don't have it. So this is how, we kind of, something which is right behind in our head, somewhere buried somewhere, comes out into the open with some session like this, and then you kind of move forward. Chaitanya will be taking some 5 Saturdays sessions and teaching us exactly how to do it. So maybe if you are part of us or if you're not part of us, either ways you can participate in it. So coming Saturday, Vibhakaji is doing a Saturday workshop. And I think following 5 Saturdays, I'm guessing, would be Chaitanya's. And we'll have summer pits in the middle. But all different, lot of different things. Thank you, Divya. I hope you... Yeah, go ahead. Divya.
You're on mute.
Saturday it's in the morning time, right? You don't have any Saturday evening session?
This is just once in a month.
Okay.
Just once in a month. Wednesday every week we have.
Okay.
Saturday just once in a month. We have a 90-minute session. That's a longer session. This was a short 20 minute, no? So Chaitanya could teach us only this much in 20 minutes. So in the following 90 minutes, our coaches can teach us a lot more. And then that is open to everyone else also outside. But it is paid. So
The Saturday session is paid.
Saturday section is paid. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Divya, I hope you've put in your number. Maybe you can call us or we can call you, either ways. You have 24 hours. You get, if you become an annual member, you get 1,000 rupee discount. So you become an annual member with just 5,000 rupees. Think about it. And I'll catch up with you very soon. Right. For the rest of us, how was the meeting for you? How was the learning? Anyone has
great.
to say?
It was great, very insightful. So
Very insightful.
thank you, Chaitanya. Thank you very much for sharing all those insights.
Great, nice. So we've learned something new and we should look forward to learning more about it. Actually getting it done at our end. All right. So with